Yo, welcome back to the Grown Kid Talk Show. I want to be excited. I want to show faith, but we have to talk about the Cowboy Bebop live action TV miniseries. If I seem a little down, it's because that it's going to be terrible. So you've been forewarned. If you want to hate, bring it, because I am one of the biggest Cowboy Bebop fans you'll ever meet, and I have it rated as my #1 anime of all time. So that should let you know that I'm having a really hard time bringing this news. So if you like the honesty, please leave a like, as that lets me know I should make more content like this. Enjoy the video.
Yo, it's the Grown Kid Talk Show. Yo, it's the Grown Kid Talk Show. Yo, Grown Kid Talk Show. Yo, it's the Grown Kid Talk Show.
Like I said, I am the biggest Cowboy Bebop fan. In fact, I like most of Watanabe's stuff. Honestly, there are a few missteps in my opinion, but overarching his work, to me, top tier, masterclass, phenomenal. Let's look at the IMDb for Cowboy Bebop, shall we? For those that don't know, Cowboy Bebop is an action-adventure crime show. It's a TV miniseries spanning 10 episodes, based on the original anime, which if you haven't seen, I highly suggest you go watch this, because it is heralded as most people's #1, if not in their top 5 of all time. The storyline is a space western story, follows Spike Spiegel and his ragtag crew of bounty hunters, or cowboys, as they try to capture the galaxy's worst criminals and survive the unexpected dangers they encounter throughout space. Sometimes saving the world in the process, but always leaving millions in damages. This is an accurate synopsis of the storyline. They are basically space cowboys. It is something you'll grow to love from watching the original series, and hopefully from this miniseries. This in and of itself will be very hard to capture for the essence that is in a reduced TV miniseries, #1, and #2, think of all of the special effects that need to happen for this to look very good. We're talking about space, so there is a spaceship. They are bounty hunters. There is tons and tons of violence. It's a crime type of drama, more so, with one of the best aspects of it being the music, the space jazz, if you will, that Watanabe is so famous for and adding. I utterly love it because it's so simplistic and that we know what a bounty hunter does and supposed to do. Adds a whole twist to it and a whole different setting, and I feel like that's very hard to capture on TV in a live action format. I'm not opposed to the idea, but as you'll see with some of the casting choices and the decisions that are made, you may be feeling like me, or you might be feeling like all of these people. Because as you can see, the popularity of this has gone down considerably. Now that's never a good sign. Do I or do you put a lot of stock into this? Not a whole lot, but it is good to gauge people are at with the show currently and what they've posted on IMDb at least. When the show first was announced, it damn near went viral. And now we're at a point where it's kind of being diminished. I don't know. So who's working on the project? These are all the writing credits. Hajime Yata has 10 episodes, which is dope, but like in anime, there are tons of writers who come in for episodes and write those episodes. I am not sure how I feel about all of these series writing credits going out in a mini series of 10 episodes. Would have much rather seen maybe 3 names there, Watanabe being one of them, that actually had a direction and a sense and a feel of what the show is, because it is very much about the feeling of it all. It is very much an ambient type of show at a core level, and seeing all of these names has me a little nervous that it might be a little too scattered. But let's look at the directors and producers. So the series is directed by Michael Cattleman, 4 episodes, and Alex Garcia Lopez. Now, there's one name there you should be excited about, and that's Alex Garcia Lopez. Unfortunately, he's only getting 2 episodes right now. That's only 6 out of the 10 episodes. So there are 4 other episodes that are not listed as being directed by anyone, Don't know how that's going to work. Is one of them getting the job, or is it going to be another person? This again calls to mind that many anime shows have tons of people working on the episodes, especially something like Naruto, 500 episodes by now, you know what I'm saying, with Boruto added. A lot of people come in to write for the show, and I get that works there. I don't know how that works here so much. Something seems a little off to me, honestly. I don't know. Tell me if is that normal in this film TV miniseries thing. My guess is that the miniseries title attached to this live action TV series is what is giving a little bit more liberty than it would have been in a set full show length. But I will say, be excited for Alex Garcia Lopez's episodes, because we will look at both of them, and I think you'll like Lopez's work, direction, history better than Cattleman. For the cast, and there's a lot of people here, we have John Cho as Spike, Alex Hassel as Vicious, Daniela Padina as Faye Valentine, Alina Satan as Julia, and Mustafa Shakir as Jet Black. I'm not going to go through the other people because I don't want to spoil much, and I really don't want to even talk about Vicious, but I will. I just don't know. I don't know. So here's Michael Cattleman, and he's best known for Primeval, Life on Mars, Zoo, and The Last Ship, none of which I watched, though I do know that some of these are pretty good. If you can vouch for Cattleman, let me know down in the comments. Am I worried for no reason? He does have 4 episodes on this. Am I worried? I could be. However, in comparison to Garcia, I feel like he's a worse off choice. Here's Alex Garcia Lopez, dope ass fucking dude. And this is why he's dope. We have Daredevil, The Witcher, Utopia, and The Punisher. Now, say what you will about these shows, but they are successful shows, and my biggest point is that they are based off of fantasy shit that is based off something else. The Witcher, a video game, a book series. Daredevil, a comic book series. Also had a movie. The Punisher, same thing. So I feel like he is right in line with what Cowboy Bebop live action wants to try to be at the level, and I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Garcia also a fan of what Cowboy Bebop was back in the 90s and still is today to many anime fans. I really believe that this person was a fan, and I really feel like he might be the best for the job, but I'm not going to sleep on Cattleman. Now for our leading man, John Cho. Best known for Star Trek, Harold and Kumar probably the most, Star Trek Into Darkness, and Searching. Now, this is a terrible choice in my opinion. It's not that I have anything against Cho. Do I think he's an okay actor? Sure. Do I think his roles are more comedic? 100%. And I just don't feel like he is the man that is Spike Spiegel. I say this as nicely as possible, but Spike isn't necessarily an old man. Number 1, Cho is old. I mean, look at that picture. He's an old dude. Number 2, Spike Spiegel is a big dude. Dude has long legs, long arm, tall, broad shoulders. Obviously, in an anime, everything is kind of exaggerated, but the point of the character still remains. This is a man's man, suave, smooth, not necessarily a joke, even though there are jokey elements in an anime, that kind of happens. He's not a joke. Cho is more of a joke in the sense of what we expect to see from him on screen. Is Spike Spiegel the chance for David Cho to show his manhood acting chops? No, it's fucking not to take a chance on this. I don't necessarily think that Spike Spiegel himself is Asian though, right? I do think most of his features are based off a white dude. Obviously there are cultural differences, it's 2020, people can't say shit, people can't have opinions. Spike Spiegel's a white dude. Now we can pass him off as a man of Asian descent, sure, but we can't cast Cho, who really doesn't fit the mold of the character at all, and I'm not the only one who says that. Go check that popularity again. I don't think that this is a great choice. I just don't think he's good enough at the end of the day. I wanted someone who screamed a Spike Spiegel to me, and he 100% doesn't, like, at all. I don't understand this choice. I want to give it a shot, but this is fucking trash. Alex Hassel is playing Vicious. Worked on 2 Down, Cold Mountain, Anonymous, and Suburbicon. Don't know any of these, don't really care, because this character choice is actually pretty good in my opinion for the character of Vicious. Vicious, if you don't know, and this is, I guess, is a spoiler, is the villain, so to speak. Vicious is a simplistically complex character. I think his face works. I think he fits, gives me the vibe, especially with the face itself and the look that's trying to be achieved with Vicious. The towering man really depends on how he looks next to Cho. That is the big problem I could foresee happening. I like this Vicious choice. It is sufficient for the show because, in all honesty, Vicious doesn't have that much screen time. However important he is, he's not necessarily someone who carries the show. I am okay with this. Something I'm not okay with is Mustafa Shakir playing Jet Black. Best known for Brawl in the Cell, Block 99, Luke Cage, which is a good boon here, Quarry, and Untitled Symphony, whatever that was. I'm going to be real. This goes into the idea of the Asian culture's representation or their interpretation of Western culture. You know, they have defining features that aren't necessarily part of their culture, but they take from this culture. And I like all of that. It's cool. I find that shit all great. But to me, Jet Black, even though his name is Black, isn't necessarily a black man. I am all for giving people roles. I just don't think he should be getting the role. I don't believe he has the features to pull off a Jet Black. Now, you could pass Jet Black off as black if you want to. I would have said he was more of a shade of brown. If anything, a Spanish actor probably would have been able to play Jet Black, at least pull off the skin tone and the features of him probably better. Now, is Mustafa gonna cut his hair off? I would hope so. But I also want to see the dedication to the role. That means going bald and getting that look. Back to the issue of, is Jet Black black? I don't want to sound negative on the guy. I just don't believe that this is the role for him. I don't think he needs to be there at all. I don't know if this is we need some type of color in our show. Let's put some color in there. And this leads to the debates of, should only same-sex people play same-sex roles? Only Asians play Asian roles? Should blacks only play black roles? I don't subscribe to that. I think the best person who looks like the character you're trying to represent should play the role, and the best actor, because this is already an established world. If it's something new, a new story that you have to make a character for, pick whoever you want, and that's who we accept. But we have a canon here, an established world. I don't think this is a good Jet Black choice. I'm very, very nervous about this choice. If you think Jet Black is actually a black male, let me know down in the comments. Elena Satine is playing Julia, and this is a great choice. Known for Cowboy Bebop, Strange Angel, Twin Peaks, and Magic City. And it's actually quite funny. I said this in the Uncharted movie stuff too. The way they casted Chloe Frazer, it really seems like they cast great women for these type of roles, but the men kinda seem to suck. Has the face, has the features, we dye that hair blonde, we're good. And again, I should say that Julia is a character very much like Vicious. Not a lot of screen time, though very important, complex when she's there. I believe she has the look for it. I think the acting is there because there's not much asked of Julia as a character, just like with Vicious. There are very contained roles, let's say, especially on the anime spectrum. They're not doing the wacky scenes where the eyes roll back in the character or their eyes flash white. They're not doing any of that. These are serious roles, and these actors, I think, could pull it off. This is a great choice for Julia. Let me know if you agree. But the best choice by far is Daniela Pineda as fucking Faye Beautiful Valentine. I just love it. Worked on Jurassic World, The Vampire Diaries, The Originals, and The Fitzgerald Family. Say what you want about all of those things. They are pretty good shows, and she is perfect for Faye Valentine. Faye falls in line with Spike, and as much as Jet have their anime moments, let's say, but look-wise, she's perfect. Got the lips, got the body, hair, dye that purple, we're good to go. The problem, I don't see how she stands next to Cho, Spike Spiegel. I don't see it, just like how I don't see Chloe Frazer stand next to Kid Tom Holland. I don't understand these leading men choices, but these females are fucking fire. Going to be interesting how they handle Faye given the 10 episodes, because Faye's arc doesn't get going until a little bit later. She has her own dedicated storyline, just like Jet. Even though Jet gets passed off a little bit, there's way more of an emphasis on Faye. Why? Because she is interest of Spike, or they have a connection of somehow outside of Julia. Again, I'm not trying to spoil anything, but no, all the characters are obviously connected in some way. I love this Faye choice. I love this Faye choice. So that's going to conclude the IMBD on the Cowboy Bebop TV miniseries. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I don't know, but I love the Faye choice. I dislike the Jet and Spike choice very, very, very much. I'm not sure how this is going to turn out. The popularity has gone down. I know, I'm just mentioning it, and I'm such a big fan. I don't want to see this get ruined. I think it's very hard to portray this, especially in a mini series, because of the whole space thing and how it has to look. I'm just more concerned about the ambiance of the show with all those writing credits and the directors, and we don't even technically have another director for the last 4 episodes. Just don't want to see it ruined, but I will call the trash the trash. That Spike Spiegel's gotta go. Doesn't fit the character, doesn't look it. It looks just old. Jet. I think you're trash, but I want to give you a chance. I don't need tons of jokes. I don't want this to be a jokey type of show. That is there, but it's not a jokey type of show. It's a very serious show, actually. I'm very worried. This is one of the few times you guys have seen me really struggle with how I feel in talking about a show. That should tell you I love Cowboy Bebop. At least I got that done. I can sit on it, think about it more. We'll look at more videos, see some interviews. Oh. I know I talk a lot. I might have rambled. I might have ranted because some of the choices are bad. I'm the grown kid, and I'll catch you back in another video.